I wonder about, what would you say about perfectionism, and how do you, you know, you can answer this in many different ways within yourself, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that I hear from people I know who are recording artists is like, when they listen to their own stuff, they realize they could have spent another week in the studio with that.
Yeah.
And then there's people, like John Legend, or, they're just like, they do it once and it's done.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with perfectionism in yourself, or when you see it with someone else, do you ever grapple with, do you ever point it out in another artist and say, hey man, like this is good stuff. I think there's something else going on for you.
Yeah, right. Oh, I think you nailed it. And it's kind of all of the above, right? Because there's so many types of artists and types of people. There's a lot of times I wish people would try a lot harder. There's potential. What is potential? How do you tap potential? If a person's, if they're resisting, well, you're getting a lot less potential than you would have maybe if you just kept your mouth shut. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. So now you've got them in their head.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the amount, I probably spend more time getting people out of their head than trying to straighten out their thinking, because it depends on the person. Some people can handle it. Some people are very durable and they can handle a very direct conversation. And some people thrive on it. Like I'm just finishing up a record for a band called Feeds on Majesty. And the singer in that band, he's a highly achieved musician, not so much a highly achieved singer. I think he's done 2 records now. And he was singing good when we were doing our tracks, but I remember thinking, oh, if you just did this one thing. And so I'm like, if you just did this, blah, 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 like this, could you, it might sound like this. And he's like, oh, okay. And he tried it, and I could hear he immediately adjusted to what I suggested. And I'm like, oh, wow, here's a guy who I point something out. He's excited to test it, and he can actually interpret what I'm suggesting and turn it into a delivery. And so we ended up doing the whole record that way. I didn't tell him everything to sing. I'm just saying that he allowed a door to be open between us where now we're working together and I could see where he couldn't see. And now together you actually hit a higher mark. That's awesome. I kind of wish it was like that all the time.
All the time, yeah.